This episode is sponsored by SmartVestor. Connect with an investing pro for free at RamseySolutions.com/invest. You're listening to Ramsey Everyday Millionaires, where we talk investing, retirement, building wealth, and outrageous generosity.
All right, let's get to Grace in Cleveland, Ohio. Grace, how can we help today?
Hi, you guys. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for taking my call.
You bet.
Okay, so my question for you guys is my husband and I are in baby steps 4, 5, and 6. And we know that you're not necessarily supposed to be Gazelle intense all the way through steps 4, 5, and 6. But we are wondering, since we're such a young age, if there's ever a situation where it is appropriate or makes sense to stay Gazelle intense through paying off your mortgage.
Yeah, it's funny. We get this question a lot. And I'll tell you Jade's opinion. My opinion is, if you were a person like Sam or I who, baby step 1, 2, and 3 took you an inordinate amount of time, right? You were doing it for 4 years or 5 years or even 3 years of really being laser focused. You got your head down. You're sacrificing at a deep level. Yes. When it's time to go to baby steps 4, 5, and 6, you need to chill out. You need to take a chill pill. You need to move intentionally, not with intensity. Because you deserve to enjoy some of the fruit of your labor. Life is your life, and
it's hard enough.
It's hard enough. Like you've done the hard part. Now you get to say, okay, let's enjoy this a little bit. We go on a vacation, we buy a new couch, but we're still being intentional and figuring out the rhythm of when we're going to do extra payments, whether it be to 529 or to the house. Now, if you're a person who you're like, you know what, I kind of just automatically avoided debt and I didn't have much of it. And when we found the baby steps and figured out that there's this idea that you could pay off the mortgage too, we never really had that head down, laser focused time period spent on debt and savings. Then I could see where you could say, you know what, for us, this is kind of our baby step 2 vibe for this mortgage. Yep. And I'm not mad at that. And I don't think, do you see what I'm saying? As long as you and your spouse are on the same page and you go, for us, this is that moment. Yeah. I'm not mad at that. But
what's at the root of that question, Grace? Because I think it's interesting that you ask us, can we remain? It's almost like you're looking for permission, or maybe your spouse is looking for permission. Tell us what's behind that question.
Yeah, so it took us about a year to get through baby steps 1, 2, and 3. So we did it pretty quickly. We are on a 2-income household income right now, and we had a surprise baby. He's 6 months old now, and I would love the opportunity to stay at home with him like my mother did with us. Mm-hmm. But right now I am the breadwinner of our home, so it's just not possible with our expenses for me to just completely stop working, and I want to be financially responsible for just the future of our family. But if we have another kid, I would love to be able to stay home. So kind of the root of that is we calculated that we would be about 3.5 years out if we are Gazelle intense to finish the mortgage. So it would take us 4.5 years total to get to baby step 7. Yeah. And then at that point, we wouldn't have a mortgage, and I'd be able to stay home if we decide to have more kids.
Well, then of course, then if that's all I asked for. That what the answer is. Mm-hmm. You were calling us kind of looking for permission.
Yeah, this was a question of values.
You don't need our permission. It's your life. I love how Jade answered it. I agree with what she's saying there. I think in this case, you're okay. You don't feel like you're overheated. Mm-hmm. And you've got a really great why. And I just think motivation is not an issue for you guys. So, I'd go as hard as you guys want to go on that.
How old are you?
Yeah, my husband, I'm 27.
So you'd be 30 and a half with a paid off mortgage?
Yeah, we'd be on baby step 7 at 30 and a half. My husband was like, his income's kind of uncapped with what he does. So he was like, from age 30 to whenever he decides to retire, he's like, I could put more than 15% into my retirement at that point, because we wouldn't have a mortgage because we busted our butts.
Now, do you guys have a plan to replace your income with his growth or get close to it?
Yeah. So right now we're at $170,000 between the two of us. I'm 27, he's 28. Okay. And his income should definitely easily hit that throughout the course of his career.
Well, but how soon? So let's fast forward your timeline. Do you think he could get to a place where he's almost or has replaced your income or surpassed your income by the time you got the house paid off?
Surpass mine, yes. Surpass both of ours total, probably not. But we both have side hustles that we have started doing on the side, and I think we're starting to get a little more intense with them. Right. So we have the opportunity to add an extra $2,000.
And I may not have asked it well, but I heard what you said. He's not, and by the time you pay the house off in this timeline, he's not going to be making what the two of you make together. So my follow-up question is, and I think I know the answer, will you guys prepare for that and adjust your lifestyle so that doesn't put you under pressure? Because what you don't want is to be jacked and excited about coming home with the babies, but then feeling the pressure of the squeeze. So we want to adjust our lifestyle so that he also doesn't have pressure. Is that going to be the case?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. So we had figured it out that if he kind of continues at his trajectory, when I'm done working, he should be at about $5,500 monthly income, but our expenses are only $2,500 a month. So we should still have like a $3,000 cushion every month.
And that's no house payment, correct?
Yes, that's with no house payment, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the margin. That's all I'm checking you on, and it sounds like you guys got a great plan, Jade. I feel great about this decision. This is maturity and a young couple.
We actually did Financial Peace University. Our church and college had offered it, and my husband and I wanted to do it before we ever got engaged. And we just think it was the best decision we ever made because we were both very aligned on values and financial literacy and everything. And I just have to say, too, before I go off, Jade, you and Rachel are both like my role models. So I'm super excited I got to talk to you today.
You're the role model. You're sitting here.
Fantastic.
You've done everything that we could possibly hope someone would do. And this is the outcome. You have choices and you get to live your life based on your values. To say it like Rachel Cruz, you've created a life that you love. And I think that's excellent. So you're the role model.
And I'd like you to receive that, though.
I receive it.
It's definitely my parents.
Because
my parents are definitely the thing, not me.
You and Rachel deserve that. Grace, that's phenomenal.
Wow.
27-year-old Grace looking up to you and Rachel Cruz.
Holy smokes.
Grace, you have picked two fabulous role models. I'm blessed to know both of these ladies. And you are on a great track. So thanks for sharing that. Sometimes, people need to hear that. So how does that feel? Does it make you feel old?
Does it make me feel old?
Yeah.
Why do I have to be old, Ken, to be a role model?
Oh, boy. There, I just stepped right in. America, this is a classic male error here. I was trying to be nice. I just was showing you some honor, and then I go and ruin it.